Hey guys, welcome back to PowerApps Learning channel. Today we are going to look at how we can upload documents to SharePoint document library from PowerApps. So let's begin with it. So what are the options available which we can use? So unfortunately there is no direct function available or control available in PowerApps using which you can upload a file to SharePoint document library. Because of course, Power Apps is not only made for SharePoint, it is a generic UI platform which can be connected to any backend data source. But yes, there are few controls like one is add image control using which you can upload or you can get the image file from your file system. You can also attach other type of files, but you need to change the type uh, from the file upload control to select the other type of file. So that is one drawback over there. And then of course you can use that the binary which is added in that image control to upload to your backend data source. There's other a default control which comes with the form when you are trying to create record in SharePoint list when you add a form control. So there comes a attachment control if you add the attachment field using which you can attach files to the SharePoint list items. So in this approach, of course, we are going to use the same control. We'll be copying or pulling out that control from the forms control and using it on separate screen. So on a high level, what we are going to do is we are going to use Power Apps and then we'll be calling Flow to upload the files or create the files in SharePoint. So this is kind of the actions what we'll be doing. We'll be inserting the form control, which you can bind to any SharePoint list for the time being. Or it's a temporary form control which we'll be adding. Then add attachment field on the form. We'll be copying that attachment control from the form and pasting it on somewhere else wherever you want to use. And then you can remove this the connection to this SharePoint list as well as the form control. Then fix the errors or dependencies of that attachment control. And then there are other steps we'll be looking at those in detail. So let me just navigate to the Power Apps demo. So this is our demo app where you can see that I've just created a nice control here which you can click on it and it will open an file uploader. So if you just select the files, I'll just click on it. On the right side, there is a gallery where I'm showing the binary of the file and the name of the file. So let me just add another file and one more. So as I told you, this is a binary of the file and the name of the file. That is what we need when you need to upload a file to the SharePoint library. And once I click on it, so this is calling a flow and the flow is running in the backend, which is uploading all these files to a SharePoint library. So I'm switching to the SharePoint site now. Let me just refresh it. So as you can see, these files have been uploaded to a SharePoint library. So now let's go ahead and see the details of this implementation. So how we have achieved this control. So I'll just tell you all the things. First of all, I would like to thank to Shen Young and Paul Clumsy for giving this kind of alternative solution to upload the files. Uh, I have been following them, and their videos are pretty nice. They come up with very nice solutions for whatever things which you are not able to achieve in the Power Apps. There is always an alternative. We just need to look around and find the way. So let's see. So this is our. Let me just minimize this. So this is our whole control which I have just created in a group where we have label which is just saying that click here to attach new file. We have a simple icon. We have another image. I'll tell you more about it. And this is the attachment control. So you might think that where is this control? How did we get this here? Because if you go to the insert and try to look for it, you will not find it. There is no attachment control available which you can use. So let me just in the input. Okay, hold a second. So you have this add picture control which you can use to upload the image files. But of course, let me just show you that. Let's go to the screen. Let's add this add picture control and just run it. If you click on it, you can see this. So this what you see here is it only allows image files. Of course, you can upload or attach other files also, but you need to change the type from here and you need to select it to all files. So you need to inform this to all your end users and then you can use this control. But again, then so this is one short limitation of this, and then you get this image attached. You can see this image here. So we are not going to use this control for now, but yeah, you can go ahead and use this control in the similar way. Also, you can extract the binary of the file which is attached to this control also. So what we are going to do is I'll just delete this. We are going to add a form control and bind it to a SharePoint list and add the attachment field into it. So let me just do that and then we will be extracting that attachment control and using it wherever you want. So as you can see, this is a form control which is bound to a sample list, and I have added the attachment field also here. So that's the control which we need to extract from this form. So let me just run this. Let me just change the mode of it to new. So now with this control, you will be able to attach any type of file and any number of file, right? So this is what we are looking for. So how can we use this or extract this control from the form and make use wherever we want? So I'll just select this data card, select this control and control C, and you can just minimize this form and put it here. So now you just select the form. So this is your attachment control and we will just delete the form. So let me just select the form and delete it. Okay, now this is our attachment control which we can put anywhere and make use of it. So let me just uh, get rid of these errors. So there are errors because this control was bound to the form control. We don't we can just get rid of these errors. So let me just, this is just border color, so we keep it black. This is parent default items, we don't want anything. This is tooltip, we again don't want anything to be shown here. This is parent display mode, we this will be always edit in our case, and that's it. So this is ready to use. Let's go ahead and see. Attach, attach. So you can see that we have this control now which is independent to use, and you are able to attach any type of file. So now next part is we need to extract the content which is attached in this control of the files and send it to the flow so that flow can create the files in SharePoint library. Now there is a property called on add file. Okay, so whenever the file get added by the user in this control, there is this event on add file. So we will be writing some logic here to extract the binary of the file and name of the file. And here we are trying to upload multiple files at a time. So we need to create a array or a collection here, and that collection will be sending to a flow. If you want to send or if you want to upload just one file, you can just extract the one file binary and name and just pass that to your flow. In here we are looking at how to upload multiple files. So let me just show you the logic which you need to write here. So what I have done, I have just added two labels here just to show you how the data has been stored in this attachment control. This is a simple label which is getting this is the control name, our attachment control. You can of course rename it to a nice attachment control name, then dot attachments and the name of the last file which is attached to this control. So what is the last file name? It's sample PDF, and the other parameter which you can access is dot value. So this is not what we are looking for. This is not a binary, it's just a data URI. We need a binary of the file. So to get that, again there is a trick. So what we'll be doing is we'll be adding an image control here. So let me just do that. So we'll be adding an image control here, and what you have bound to a label is we are going to bind to a image file. Okay, so what we have done is this is your name of the attachment, and this is the value of your attachment or the content of the attachment which we have bound to image. And now if you bind the image value here to this label, then you will get a binary. So let's see how to do that. Okay, so what we need to do is, as we have seen this to image control, we have bound the value of the last file which is attached to this control. Now next is we need to get the binary from this image control. So to do that, on the add file event of this control, we are using simple variable, just one variable. You can name it anything what you want, and then we are using a JSON function here. So in this function we are passing the image content to which we have bound the attachment content, and then we are using this simple parameter which is JSON format dot include binary data. So this will give us the binary of the file in this variable, and then this variable is bound to this label control. So that's what you see. So let me just clear the files which are attached and attach one more file so you can see it. So let's just close this, close, attach a file. So if you see here, these binary will get changed depending on the file what you select. So as you see here, the binary has been changed for this last file which you have attached. Now we don't need all of this stuff uh, because this what is there is we need to remove some of the part from this binary content. Let me just so this is a big content, that's why it is taking time. So okay, so we don't need all of this. You can see this is this part which is data, the format of the file, and it is mentioning the type which is base64. So we don't need this part. So till this comma we need to remove this part till this first part, and we need to remove the last double quote also. So this is a simple string operation which you can use, some default functions provided in PowerApps to get rid of this part, and just we need this part which is actual binary content of your file. So let me just show you how we have done this to extract the required content from this variable. So we have just created another variable. So this was our earlier variable where we had got the binary content, and then I've just created another variable with the simple mid find functions where we are finding the location or index of this comma, and then uh, we are using length function, and then again removing the last double quote also. So you can just note these functions just to extract the first part of the string and the last double quote, and then we are getting this new binary content into this new variable which is bound to the label now. So let me just do it again. So let's just attach the file. So now you can see this, there is no content which is specifying that this is data docs and base 64, and then there is no double quote at the end also. So this is your binary which you need to send to a flow which will be uploading or creating the file in SharePoint. So you have this name and you have this binary which you can send. Now what we need to do is we need to club this image, this attachment control in a way that it looks like it's just a nice single attachment control. So it just you need to position it on each other, on top of each other, and then set some properties so that the attachment control is not really visible, and then you can add a icon on top of it. So this is the part of the attachment control, how you can extract the attachment control, how you can use on add file event to get the binary of the file and the name of the file, and then you can actually create so in actual a demo we have used a clear collect function or collect function to store the binary of the file and name of the file in the collection. So let me just put it over here. So as you can see, I have just added another function here, which is collect. So whatever the name and the binary of the file is, we are going to add it in this collections, which is a title and data stream. You can name the properties or columns whatever you want. So this is the name of the file, and this is the binary content which we have got it from this string functions. So this collection now we can send it to the flow. So let me just show the flow first, how the flow looks like. So before moving to flow, so this is our actual screen. So let me just show you this screen. This is our actual demo screen where we have this attachment control, label, icon, and image. This image is again hidden. We have bound the attachment content to this image, and then we are getting the binary from this image. And on this attachment we have this function set of functions where we are getting the JSON of the binary, and then we are doing the string processing on it, and we are adding the title and the binary content into a collection. And then once it is done, we are just resetting the control so that you can attach another file. So and then I have on the right side just added a gallery control which is bound to the name and the binary content. Now on click of this button, so we have just simple concurrent function notification and then running a flow. So in this flow we are just passing this collection, but we are passing it through a JSON function. So we have written a JSON function. To a JSON function we are passing this collection and specifying that it includes a binary data. So this is important part which we are sending to our collection, or sorry, to our flow. Now let's go ahead and look at how the flow is built and how we are processing this binary data. Well, this is our flow, which is we have started from PowerApps. So the trigger will be, of course, PowerApps, and just created one variable which is of type string, and we have got the input, uh, the collection input with the JSON function. This is our whole thing which you have. So we are sending a collection as a string, but in a JSON format. So where you have the name and attachment content or the binary content of multiple files. Now you have a JSON formatted string in this variable. Now we need to again convert it into a JSON format. So get a JSON content out of your JSON formatted string. So we are just using compose function with the compose action with the JSON function, and passing the previous variable uh, value to this, and then you use a parse JSON so that you get the actual array of the file attachment contents. So once you run this part till these actions, you will get the format of it, and you can use this simple format from the sample. You can specify just a data stream and the title. We have seen this how to use or how to generate from the sample, how you can get the sample JSON and use it. So just refer the other videos, or you can easily get it from any other article. So here we are using this specific format to parse this JSON, where we have data stream and title both are of type string, and both are required. So once we run this part, we will get a JSON array with our attachment names and the binary content. Then we are having apply to each a loop, where we are processing each element of this parse JSON output, whatever output we get, which is array of the name and content. We are creating a file in SharePoint where you need to provide your destination site where you want to create, and then library, and then title is what the title of the file, and the data binary data is. This is how you need to access it from your JSON array in this apply to each loop. So once you provide these details, and once you save it, and once you run this flow from your Power Apps, it will upload all the files to your SharePoint library. So we'll try to upload the files again one more time to see how it runs. So let's just run this demo again. Once you click on this, you will be able to select the files. So I'll just upload two files. You click on upload, and then the flow is running behind, and this docs and jpg file will get uploaded to your SharePoint library. So I'm just refreshing it, so you can see this docs and jpg file has been uploaded. So that's what we have in this video, where you can make use of attachment controls. From the form control, you can extract it easily outside and make use of it to upload the files to your SharePoint document library. So that's what we have. So these are the functions. You can note down these functions what we have used on this button click. We are running the flow and passing the collection in this way. We are making use of JSON function. How we can extract the binary from the attachment control and image control, and just do some text processing or string processing to extract or remove uh, some of the content which is not needed, and then creating a collection, and that collection you are passing to your flow. So that's it in this video. Just let me know if you have any query. I'll be happy to answer your questions, and thank you for watching.